Hi everyone, this is Meteorologist Jade Steffens here with a quick update on your forecast. Heading into the weekend, I'm tracking a cold morning for tomorrow, but the afternoon, Saturday and Sunday, both look great with highs in the 70s and plenty of sunshine. Also tracking some storms on the way early next week. So I'm going to pull up the headlines here. We can get started with your Friday night forecast. And a look ahead to the weekend, definitely going to be feeling like fall. That goes for the mornings and the afternoons. Storm chances by Monday and Tuesday with a nice warm up back to summer-like temperatures by the end of next week. So far for today, we hit a high of 68 degrees, mid to upper 60s across the board. Lincoln did hit 70, but most of us were well below average for our highs today. We've now cooled back down to 58. I think the rest of the night is going to cool pretty quickly as well. Calm conditions, dry air, and a look across the area, mainly sitting in the 50s for a vast majority of our viewing area. The next few hours we'll have clear skies, calm conditions. Temperatures likely going to be back in the upper 40s by about 3 o'clock in the morning, and that's really due to the combination of clear skies and calm conditions. When we have both of those in place, it is really easy for us to cool. In addition to some drier air that moved in, all those things combined tell us that we're going to have a very cold morning tomorrow. Our pollen count today was high for weed pollen. Ragweed, pigweed, and nettle were all included in that count. 245 was that pollen count for today. So if you've been feeling like your allergies have been a little bit worse, that is probably why. So through the rest of the evening, we are going to be in that refreshing range with dew points below 50 degrees. And as you're starting off your day tomorrow, a low near about 43. So incredibly cold start to the day. So as you're starting off your Saturday, if you're going to the farmer's market in the morning, if you're going on a morning walk, we'll have sunshine. It'll be clear and mild, but incredibly cold. So bundle up if you are heading out early. By the afternoon, though, 70 degrees will be our high. It's going to be a big warm up. If you happen to see my story just a few weeks ago, I talked about dew points and how they influence the temperature swings throughout the day. Tomorrow is going to be a really big or very good example of what happens when you have dry air with a cold morning and then a warm afternoon. Here's some good news with the air quality. It has really started to improve. All of that smoke from Canada has now been pushed off to the southwest. So that's not going to be an issue over the weekend. We'll be dealing with plenty of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s, cold mornings, of course, but overall should be feeling like fall. And for our low temperatures, 2 cold mornings in our future for both Saturday and Sunday. Then by Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday, we'll be climbing back out of those cold mornings and likely starting off your day in the 60s by midweek next week. But with that comes some warmer temperatures and also some more humid conditions. So we'll be back in the muggy range Monday all the way through the end of next week. And for our high temperatures, going to be close to average. So our average high this week is about 83. We've been well below that the last few days, and heading into early next week, we'll be back right around there, but still below 83 degrees. So we'll still be technically below average as we start off next week. Of course, what everyone's looking ahead to for tomorrow, Husker game day, first home game for the Huskers. That starts at 6:30 in the evening. Around kickoff, temperatures will be in the upper 60s. By halftime, we'll be in the low 60s. And then as the game's getting wrapped up, likely going to be in the 50s. So definitely bring that jacket. You might not need it for the beginning of the game, but you are going to want it by the end of the game. And another big football game happening tomorrow, the Cy-Hawk game that is going to be between Iowa and Iowa State. It will take place in Ames, so kickoff 62 degrees or so, kickoffs earlier in the day, 11 a.m. By the end of the game, though, should be pretty nice, high near about 68 in Ames tomorrow. Quick check of that 10-day forecast for you. Off and on storms possible starting Monday evening overnight into Tuesday. Highs likely staying in the low 80s or so. Then as we head throughout the week, likely climbing back into the mid 80s by Friday before we see our next system push through. That'll drop our temperatures close to about 80 as we head into the following weekend. And as we head towards the middle of September, here's a look at the 8 to 14 day temperature outlook, the 12th through the 18th. Likely we are going to be warmer than average, and that also goes for a majority of the country too. So planning ahead for that, and we have a pretty good chance of getting some much needed rain that week too. I'm going to pull up that 10-day forecast one more time here, and that is going to wrap up our forecast for this evening. I'll be on live at 10 o'clock tonight. I'll be going over more details to this forecast. And if you're not already watching on our First Alert 6 weather app, I recommend you check it out. It's a really great tool to have with you wherever you go. We have an hour-by-hour forecast. We have a 10-day forecast. We update and upload videos every single day too, talking about the next 6 hours, the next 3 days, and the next 10 days ahead of us. And you can get instant notifications to your phone in the case of severe weather, and also always follow along with our live radar too. But I hope everyone enjoys the rest of their Friday night and has a great weekend ahead too.